Hello, this is Mark from the Swamp School. Today we're going to do something a little different for our weekly presentation. We're going to go over some of our soil augers, and we actually have just launched a new soil auger store. So we want to show you a little bit about the different types of augers. We get a lot of questions from students about what type of auger should I use to do a wetland delineation. Now, our favorite auger, the one that we use more than anything else, is what is known as an Edelman combination auger. And Eichelkamp makes this, is a very well-made auger. It's handcrafted. It's actually forged by blacksmiths, believe it or not, in Holland, and handmade. And the advantage of this is the combination auger is designed to basically get most soils between a sandy loam, a silty loam, clay loam. It'll capture that. It kind of stays in the loam soil category. And if there's a little bit of cohesiveness to it, it'll stick in the auger. It doesn't have, if you can take a look here, this is the 7 centimeter model. So 7 centimeters is the diameter of the bucket, essentially. And it enables you to basically get a good solid sample out of it. Now, if you need a bigger sample, we've actually moved over to something called a 10 centimeter model. And this is still the combination auger, but it is 10 centimeters across, basically 4 inches at this point. It has the same blade basically angle, so it does work in the same type of soils. The great thing for this one is that you can also use it for installing wells. So it's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, and it is designed to basically give you a little more leverage, but this is great for installing those monitoring wells that you might need to use for wetland mitigation projects and for wetland monitoring projects. But it has that same combination auger. And I kind of like this one because you get a little more sample to work with. So even for just general soil sampling, it's a little bit bigger and it gives you a little more stuff to handle. Now, there are other circumstances. I just have a couple other examples. We have sandy augers, we have clay augers, we have a lot of different augers that are basically different blade angles, and that's essentially how these are done. The one that's really cool, this one is known as a Riverside Auger, and this looks a little bit like a traditional kind of bucket auger that a lot of you might use and you find difficult to manage. But this is designed specifically for dealing with river sediments, and the opening is quite broad, and it basically allows it to hold the soils where they're very kind of wet, and it enables you to capture them. Very, very heavy duty auger, and this is specifically meant for riverside sampling, and it's a kind of unique auger. I don't know anyone else who makes these. I've never seen them anywhere other than the Eichelkamp folks, but we do have these, and they're great for doing riverside sampling where you're trying to get some of those unusual sediments. The one that is probably very useful for the folks up in New England is what is known as a Stoney Auger. And if you'll notice here, no bucket, basically a big blade, very tight. If you look on the angle here, very tight in the middle here. And the idea is that when you're working with these stony soils, such as glacial till, what will happen is the auger will get kind of bound up in the rocks, and it can't really get through this. This is almost, it's about the same thickness, maybe a little thicker than our combination auger in terms of the actual steel. But it enables you to kind of work in and around those rocks and pick up what little bit of soil there is, so you can kind of work your way through the rocks. And this is in lieu of, a lot of people try to use a tube sampler for the same purpose, but this Stoney Auger approach I found to be better for working with glacial till to get you in and around the rocks. Now, you can't drill through the rocks, obviously, but it is a very unique type of auger. So this is something also kind of unique to the Eichelkamp line. So we are very proud to be an authorized distributor of Eichelkamp, and we would love to have you come by our shop. We have our soil auger store, as you can see behind me. We have pretty much everything that Eichelkamp offers, plus a lot of other stuff, water monitoring equipment, things like that. All great tools for doing wetland assessments. So this was a short little video blog on what we basically have as far as soil augers, a crash course in it. And again, the one we do use the most, but hands down, is what is known as the combination auger. And this combination auger is a great all-purpose auger. So if you need an auger, look to this one first. For most wetland assessments, most wetlands have silt loams, and this is a great one for that. So with that, I wish you luck in your soil investigations, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in this one. Take care.